What's up guys, Cameron here from Drums and Drams. Today we've got another Scotch Sunday review, and this will be without a doubt the most special Scotch review that I've ever filmed and possibly ever will film. That is because what I have in my glass is a sample of Lagavulin distilled in 1985, bottled in 2007 at 21 years of age, bottled at cask strength, 56.5% ABV, exclusively matured in sherry casks. This bottle has a cult following to the tune of a $5,000 plus price tag per bottle these days. And I do have my phone out in front of me in case I need to reference any facts. Obviously, with a sample like this, I have a little under an ounce to go around, which is not very much. But it's also a very generous amount from Roy N, who sent this sample. So thank you, Roy. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this sample, and I'm sorry to make you wait so long for me to taste this thing, but I wanted to be ready to do it, and I do feel ready at this point. You only get one shot to do something like this. I can't go and reshoot this video, so if there's a lack of edits or clunky things here or there, I do apologize, but this is just me forewarning you. So let's get into this. Like I said, 21 years of age, bottled in 2007, 56.5% ABV, and just next to it, I actually just wrapped up filming the Lagavulin 16 review, which has already come out at this point, and I left this out so that I could have a point of comparison in case I wanted to do that throughout this review. We'll see what ends up happening, but let's go in now for the first nose of this thing. I am so excited for this because I've read the reviews, and people freak out about this. So let's see what this is like on the nose. Here we go, guys. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. There are whiskey moments that you have in your life, and I'm sure if many of you watching this have had some of these moments, and maybe some of you haven't yet. But there are these special moments when you get to smell, let's say, like a dusty bourbon, stuff distilled in the 80s, like some of the old granddad stuff. Or you get to smell just stuff that you never thought, or taste the stuff you never, Pappy, for some people, George T. Stagg for some people, Heaven Hill 17, King of Kentucky. On the Scotch side of things, I've had fewer of these experiences. Highland Park 50, Balvenie 40, some very cool bottlings. This stands out to me after that quick little nosing. This is a singular experience. So that's the preface for this, and I don't know where we're gonna go from here. I don't know if I'm gonna rattle off a million tasting notes, if I'm gonna sit in silence for the next 10 minutes. Whatever I do, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna apologize preemptively here. There's a note that you get on dusty scotches, and it's similar to what you get on dusty bourbons. On scotches, it comes off a little bit differently. Some people call it also the old bottle effect. Some people are just gonna say antique books, antique store. Yeah, for me, those are notes that work on dusty bourbons and old bourbons. But on scotch, it's something maybe completely different. So it's some combination of this really old oak, like something that's been left out in a forest and forgot about. I mean, that's kind of what this smells like to me. It's very damp and very much of that forest floor, damp earth kind of note. There's this beautiful combination of like lightly charred wood with some sort of like dark black cherry syrup. What's crazy about the nose, I guess maybe I should even back up and give more of a bird's eye view of this. What's crazy about the nose is just how integrated everything is. I mean, this is what you hope whiskeys will end up doing after a certain number of years, is that the notes fully integrate. And what that means is that you start not being able to tell things apart. It becomes harder to pick them apart because it's so well put together. It tightens up in the sense that these notes coalesce in the glass. And on the nose is one thing, on the palate is another, because those are both individual challenges for the whiskey to do. Sometimes you have it really come together on the nose and it falls apart on the palate. So for me on the nose here, this whiskey is so well integrated And it's only 21 years old, whereas like you look at the regular Lagavulin 16, that's only 5 years shy. And on the nose, it smells like pretend whiskey. It smells like bubblegum whiskey. I mean, that's not even a joke. It smells like bubblegum and bright strawberry candies in comparison, only in this side by side next to this. And this must be a testament to the casks that were being used. Whatever magic happened there and happened in the blend has produced a fully integrated whiskey. So let me try to get into some more of these notes now. Golden apples, golden honey, old leather that goes along with some of those outdoor damp earth, those kinds of notes. This is just phenomenal. I mean, I'm getting all kinds of fruit, both candied, fresh, and dry. I'm getting all kinds of earth and wood, aged damp oak, charred wood as well. I can't even describe the spices I'm picking up. I'll just go out on a limb now and say allspice. I mean, but that's such a bastardization of what I'm smelling. There's even like these plum notes going on in here. This is just incredible. I have to taste this now because I don't know what else I'm smelling on the nose. It's so hard to pick this apart. It is so hard, and it does not even closely or even faintly resemble this Lagavulin 16. No, you wouldn't even know these are related. Anyways, cheers, guys. Thank you, Roy. Oh. Wow. Dang. I have goosebumps all over my body for this whiskey. Oh my God. I thought it was kind of going to start tapering off, and it came back, and it's completely different now. I'm gonna try to remember some of the things that I just picked up. The front of the palate was tropical fruits, mango, a little bit of this honeydew, mango honeydew, but funky mango, funky honeydew, overripe, you know, left out in the sun. So it leads off with these crazy oak notes, this weird antique, like I said, rotten tooth, bad breath, this kind of strange oak note. I've got to find a way to figure out what that note is. You know, after I'm filming this, I've got to figure out what this note is. It transitions to all of those funky fruits, that honeydew, that overripe mango type note. Once you get into the mid palate, you start getting all of these sticky, sherried fruits. And when I'm thinking about sherry casks, and I think about how sometimes they can get really dry, they can get, you know, super dry fruitcake kind of notes. This is fresh sherry. So you do get all of these red fruits, dark fruits, kind of feeling like they're being stewed, but it's never dry. It's very fresh. I need to take another sip and think about the finish. I'm getting like some sort of crazy apple note, moss, seaweed. Those are typical notes, but it's presented here in a much more intense way. Big black pepper note into the finish. Something industrial, some sort of oil, motor oil almost. Something on the finish that's not unpleasant, but intense and industrial. This is just special. So, Roy, I'm gonna continue to say it in this video, and I'll continue to say it to you on comment replies and messages and emails, whatever else, man. This is special, and I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing this with me. This is without a doubt the best Scotch I've ever tasted in my life. You should always leave room for tasting something better, but if I had to give this a score, which I don't do, this is like a 98 out of 100. I mean, this is about as perfect as it can get. You know, one thing I haven't even talked about on this is the smoke. Like, and I'm realizing that now, because I was gonna talk about the style being an Islay. You would not know that that's what this is. I mean, this to me is like Campbelltown at best. with how that smoke hits. Like this is more dirty, funky sherry Springbank in some sense than it is overt Islay whiskey. I mean, I would not know that. So a lot of that peat has fallen out of this in favor of these rich, complex, like at this point, it's starting to come together even more. It's been sitting in the glass for a bit. There's not a lot left. So now it's really, really showing itself. These funky sherried fruits. Amazing. All right, that's gonna do it, guys. I don't know what else to say. Thank you. Let me know on the off chance that someone out there has tried this Lagavulin, let me know. So thank you guys for tuning in. This is an unusually special Scotch Sunday, and I feel very honored and very blessed to have these kinds of friends and people watching the channel that are willing to send stuff like this. So cheers, guys. I'll see you next week.